I often get an itch. It's like the itch a dog gets for a walk. When our baby was born, the itch went away for a while. He was so overwhelming, he muted it. But soon, it came back. The itch itched again. Scratching the itch now meant taking baby along, first on the chest, then on the back. For the first few months, we could only take him to nearby places. He had to nurse every 2 hours. As he grows more able, we can go ever further. We brave all sorts of weather. I introduce him to the rainforest in the rain. I take him to meet the mist, snow, snowline, sand, low tide, where the river meets the sea. Imagine all this for the first time. What is beauty to a baby? I take him to the red cedar, up high to the yellow cypress, and down a logged trail to meet 1,000-year-old dog fir. When we're going out, we put a wool layer underneath the fleece pajamas he wears all day, every day. Maybe an extra pair of socks. On top, we put a warm jacket and a rain suit. Then, I tuck him into my jacket. Still, he gets cold. Nothing is more vibrant, vital, than baby to me. He centers everything. He is a prism. The world shines through him. Nature looks new. Details are different. The world appears as textures, how it feels to baby's fingers, to baby's bite. I sense it more than see it. Danger's different too. Quieter, but deeper, closer. Overwhelmed by love, wonder, and worry, I document. In voice memos, I record what I'm thinking. I study my relationship with baby, my relationship with nature, and the relationship I'm trying to build between baby and nature. That's the noble reasoning, that I'm taking him outside to teach him to be outside, to make it as familiar, as every day, as anything and anywhere else. The less noble reason is that I'm just scratching the itch. At the spring tide, we walk out as far as we can go, near where we buried his placenta. Distracted by immature eagles eating a flounder, I don't even notice baby heading straight for the surf. When I look up, I'm terrified. It seems the sea could just grab him, take him from us like that. We sit to wait for the seals that come at sunset. Baby slowly creeps away, begins to gnaw on seaweed, rocks. I gaze across the inlet. That's the best place for baby's introductions, and to scratch the itch. But mountains mean risk and hazard. I don't know if going to the mountains is the right thing to do. Today we're trying our longest, steepest hike yet. He was born here, but he's not of here. Like us, he'll have to learn to navigate this. He's an immigrant in a way, the first of our families to be born in this country. And in our country, his mom is first generation, my mom is first generation. His culture won't tell him how to live here. He'll have to learn. We're trying to learn together. About the rainy season, about when the salmon come, the huckleberries, the fires. I don't think I'm trying to teach him anything. Just show him. There are old ways, ancient ways, to bring baby into the world, to teach these relationships. Stories. I read of them among other cultures and people, especially those of whose land I walk upon, the Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, and Squamish nations. Their stories are wonderful, precise. They make perfect sense here, but they're not mine to tell. I've lost these stories myself. I come from a cobbled culture. What stories can we tell to center him? How do we share other people's stories of this place, the land that's become our home, in a way that's respectful and thoughtful? One way may be to start with the names. Everything's got the wrong names here. The river, the inlet, the trees, the mountain we walk upon, and the mountains beside it. With the wrong name comes the wrong story. We buried your placenta on the lowest low tide, tying you only to the horizon, to ephemerality. When you were just weeks old, our midwives invited us to a gathering. There, a matriarch, Elder Roberta, welcomed you to the world through ceremony. She told us that you had come to teach us. You would teach us how to give care, be patient, and bond as a family. I will tell him these stories, and of these walks, of when he met the world. On stories like this, when people go up into the mountains, you want something to happen. But with a baby, I want nothing to happen. I don't want adventure, at least as I used to have it. I just want a nice walk to get where we're going, or somewhere worth getting to, and then to turn around before a tantrum starts. This morning, lying in bed, my partner asks if I've read how many dogs mountain lions have taken in a nearby town. It's up to 5 now, 1 plucked off the leash. She asks, when you stop and put baby down to take a picture, aren't you worried? This feels like an ancient fear. A big cat leaping out of the bushes. My fears are more pedestrian. I wonder if this is caretaking. A good example of being a father. A way of positive practice. Or if it's still selfish. A way of persisting in my own needs and desires while neglecting his. I'm scared to share this with the grandparents. Will it seem I do not love him enough to care for him? To not appreciate the impossible gift that he is? It's the very opposite. I love him so deeply that I now question every action. Is this in his interest? Does it support him? If not, why am I doing it? This is how baby teaches me to better understand myself. Perhaps that's what I'm exploring here. How baby's changing me. The way I go outside. And who I am. If he asks me to stop scratching the itch, can I do it? In the wee hours of the night, while I bounce him to settle in and lull him back to sleep, feeling waves of love, this is what I think about. The mountain gets steep. The snow gets deep. Baby grows fussy. And I'm growing tired. From the grandmothers, we get an aura of protection, channeling their ancestors. They do voodoo and burn as fun. Rituals to ward off risk.
از نوال آدم رومی زفر گیوا تواب یما نوال خانهایشان from their home, from their cars, from their house, everything نظر بدور چشم بدور Then I turn on the fan because it's gonna be too much smoke. But it should work there. If the fire is stuck, that means we're stuck.
When we crest out of the forest and find the sun, we find the wind. I feel them watching, hear their worries and warnings. I feed baby his first outdoor snack, a waffle, to appease him. It seems to work. Perhaps it's the power of the peace these places bring me that leaves me so eager to share them with him. I'm tempted to continue on, and I'm surprised how hard it is. But I keep a silent promise. We turn around. It's another day, and we're in another forest. The next day. I think walking is a form of worship. The stumps sting. 100 years ago, we'd be walking through a 1,000-year-old forest. Now we walk through its ghosts, specters of cedar and great Doug fir. Someday, he'll ask about the stumps, and I'll have to explain. Still, there's resiliency here. Strength, and something like honesty. To walk here is to face this, to confront it, to acknowledge the relations others held with the land before, the relations we now live upon. It's not so much forgiveness as facing the reality, the world we live in now. Leaving the abstractions of ideas, the way things were, or should be, of some kind of Eden to return to. A mythic past. The mountain lion where I was yesterday. Today, we find tracks. We follow them until we lose them. The shadow of the cat brings a quiet fear, not unlike a fear of the sublime. This may be the closest I ever come. It's not the best day to meet one anyway. As I get into this, I see myself making a familiar mistake. Why must baby meet nature over there, across the inlet, up into the mountains? There's such natural beauty and curiosity, activity, in our neighborhood, on our block, just at our doorstep. Danger diminished. Why go beyond? The itch itches for a reason. Reverence is different in the rainforest, at the sea, up in the mountains. And so we go. With baby along, it's become a dance between care and desire, sacrifice and self. Am I going with him, for him, or despite him? I am far from being able to communicate all this to him. I still don't know how to talk to him. I guess this has been a way of trying.
Baby Rumi, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I don't know if he'll always want to walk with me. I'll bring him as long as I can carry him, and then I'll have to ask. Already, I can't imagine not walking together. What's the point if we're not sharing it? It feels good to walk with him, but the best feeling may come each time we return home, safe and sound.
Yeah.